Hello, my name is Aaron Less, and welcome to tonight's live stream, guided meditation from Charlotte Center for Mindfulness. So nice to have you join with us here. And as you may know, Charlotte Center for Mindfulness offers classes in the community, and we also offer community groups. And during this time, national crisis and certainly world crisis, we're offering some live guided practices as well. So Monday evenings at 7, I'll be offering these about 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, where we'll come together and I'll guide us. And we also have other groups that I'll tell you about at the end of our time together. So welcome, and just taking an opportunity for us to really check in with the present moment, especially right now it is difficult oftentimes to let go of all of the places our mind is taking us. And so the invitation here is to take some time to drop into the present moment and in some way simplify our minds for at least the time being, so that we're more grounded and then more resilient to face the challenges that we do need to face. So I'm going to begin with just a brief poem, and then I'll be guiding us for probably about 10 minutes, certainly no more than that. So just a chance to practice, and then hopefully that leaves us all in a little bit more grounded and centered place. So to begin, the poem I'm going to read is by David Whyte. And he writes, "Stand still. The trees ahead and the bushes beside you are not lost. Wherever you are is called here, and you must treat it as a powerful stranger, must ask permission to know it and be known. The forest breathes. Listen. It answers. I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here. No two trees are the same to raven. No two branches are the same to wren. If what a tree or bush does is lost on you, you are surely lost. Stand still. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you." So this line, wherever you are, is called here. And wherever you are is also called now. So this practice of being here now in this moment can allow us to let go of a bit of what the teacher Eckhart Tolle calls psychological time, where we spend so much time in our minds projecting into the future and projecting back into the past, when really all that we have is this moment. And for some of us, that may become more difficult right now in the midst of the coronavirus. And in some ways, there is an invitation, because much of what we had on our calendars, a lot of the things that would allow us to sort of create a sense of psychological time, almost like living in a calendar or in a timeline, has been taken away. And in the absence of that sort of projection into the future, that planning, the uncertainty, we can oftentimes become more anxious, certainly because there's less that we're sure about or that we can kind of project in our mind. But at the same time, that absence of psychological time and that sort of mental calendar can leave us with a greater awareness of the present moment and a recognition that we never have absolute certainty about the future. The only thing that we can truly know is what's present in this moment. So although it's not something we would wish for in terms of a way of being more present, since it is here, since this is our situation, how can we use it to perhaps become more present, to perhaps notice how much our mind is always trying to be somewhere other than the present moment, to move into the future. So with that consideration, perhaps we can begin with just taking a moment to find a way of sitting, a posture that's both upright, so the back is straight but not rigid, and then also finding a sense of being grounded with the feet flat on the floor, perhaps. And the hands can be folded in your lap or resting on your legs. So just finding that way of sitting that's comfortable for you, that's both upright and alert, but also grounded, centered. So you might even close your eyes. So just checking in. And sometimes it's helpful to take a deep in-breath. Just breathing in, filling the lungs. Releasing, letting go. Once again, breathing in. And slowly breathing out. And one more time, deep breath in. Perhaps at the top of the in-breath, pausing for just a moment. And then when you're ready, releasing, letting go, breathing out. And then allowing the breath to resume its normal, natural way. And simply observing the breath, becoming aware of the sensations, the experience of the breath entering and leaving the body. Noticing where in the body the breath is most obvious to you, where sensations are most vivid. Perhaps the belly rising, falling. Perhaps a sense of movement at the chest. Or even a feeling of air at the nostrils moving with each breath. So bringing that curious, alert interest to the full cycle of the breath. Allowing awareness to ride the waves of the breath, to stay with the breath. And of course, the mind can become distracted easily by external sounds or distractions or sensations or thoughts, certainly of the past or the future. Now, whenever you notice that the mind has left this moment, this actual present moment, without judgment, simply release the distraction and very gently return to be with the breath. Remembering there is nowhere to get to. There's nothing other than this moment that requires your attention. And if you wish to, you might deepen your contact and connection with this moment through the body. So feeling the contact points of the floor with your feet, or the contact points of the chair, the surface that is supporting you with the body. You might even sense the pull of gravity on the body. And scan the body from the head all the way down through the torso, down through the pelvis, the legs, the feet. This is a way of anchoring with the body. So with some greater sense of being in the body, you might return to the breath. This way of being fully in the body as we attend to the breath, moment by moment, breath by breath. Noticing if the mind starts to try to become engaged with psychological time, with projections of the past or future, a sense of trying to get to some future point. And knowing that's the nature of the mind, so forgiving the nature of the mind, its tendency to leave the moment, and once again re-inviting the awareness to rest here with the breath in the present moment. Just this moment. Just this breath. Thoughts may arise, emotions may arise. So just noticing as they do. There's no need to try to block or push them away, but rather over and over reconnecting to the breath, rededicating awareness to the breath. So thank you for joining tonight for this guided practice. It's nice to know we have a virtual community here, even if we are physically apart. And to that end, to know that Lindsay Bridges, who facilitates our usual in-person Tuesday evening and Wednesday morning groups, is continuing to do so virtually, again, through our YouTube channel. So tomorrow night at 7, you can expect to rejoin us here. And Wednesday morning at 9:30, she'll also be offering. And so that includes more of a talk as well as guided practice, a little bit longer guided practice. And then Thursday at 1 p.m., Jude has been doing a live stream. And Fridays at 8 a.m. And we'll try to post those on Facebook as well. We'll be getting our setup and our scheduling better communicated as we move forward. But feel free to share this with other people. And the recordings of these sessions will also be available on our YouTube channel as well. So in the meantime, take good care of yourself, wishing everybody health and well-being and also peace.